get into it, baby. I owned it, and I pawned it. Today, good, use the knife, and yes, I owned it. I probably that's another spin on the title. There's a couple of spins on that title. Yeah, I owned it. I definitely pawned it a couple of times. Back in the day, pawn shop was very, you just got remedial with it. Because you had something of worth. You would buy something that was good, something that was the better instrument, the better product, the better radio. It was to hold you till you can get the money back, to get your stuff back. You pay the fee for the loan. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, I pawned a couple of things. I didn't like it. Sometimes I did. Very easy. Got the growth lights. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see it now. It's a different type of light bulb in there. See what the other color is. Looks nice. It looks nice, man. But yeah, I've sold a lot of things that I didn't want to sell. And lost a lot of things in pawn shops. I lost a lot of things in desperate sales too. I gotta pay a bill. I gotta pay the fee or fine or ticket or yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's them growth lights. That's them grow lights. I like that. I just see that. Yeah. Them growth lights, baby. Lights. Biggity bam. Look at that. I like that. I like that. And one over here. And that's an hydroponic type light. Yeah, I like that color. That's a different hue right there. Hey, what up now, Lady Greggs? Already. Lady James. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I wanted to get in commercials. I wanted to get in commercials back in the day. And, the people that were doing the commercials in my city, in my state, are doing big commercials. TM Century was one of the big commercial houses for making commercials for most of the United States and parts of the world. Yeah, right in the backyard of my city, on the top of the yard. So, yeah, it had to be in a good neighborhood. But this other guy who did the hello, 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 whoa, whoa, he did the little thing for the moto. And I am back, glad to be back on moto. I think the phone broke for a reason. And yeah, I cursed it and said, oh, I hate this phone. And sure enough, it only took seconds, seconds and certain incident to make the phone get crushed in the hood of the hatchback and the body of the car. So come on. No, the button doesn't work. But you can see it's charged up. Oh, come on. And there's a lot of videos on that one, a lot of audio files, a lot of everything I need on that one. Then I got other phone was before that. And then I had a lot of stuff else. Probably even earlier, it wasn't even no videos in there. A lot of audio files. All my connections to some cloud stuff. I gotta get this. But yeah, the party is live, man. Yeah, if I owned it, I probably pawned it, man. I had a good, nice guitar. Um, Even a guitar I bought from the pawn shop. They used to sell, Kona, I think they were handmade guitars, acoustic electric guitar made by Kona. I think Kona was a Texas company, maybe. But I know most of the Texas pawn shops had those guitars in there. It might not have been at the major guitar stores, but they were at the pawn shops. And those gum guitars sounded good. Acoustic electric. Acoustic and electric. Yeah, you can plug it up to an amp and get down with it. You can play it live and no amp at all, and it was loud enough for you. It was beautiful. Beautiful feel on the neck. The body was attractive. What a good product they made right there. Now it seems like I can't find it. Oh, the price is way too high for any of them. Wish I never pawned my Kona acoustic electric guitar. It was called EG12, so I'm trying to remember. But, man, that was a beautiful guitar. That was a beautiful guitar. And then you get equipment, keyboards, sequencers, cameras, anything of worth back then. You could take it into the pawn shop. And you could take CDs. Remember CDs? I gotta be the king of props. Watch this. I'm gonna be the king of props on the YT, on this platform. Y'all can't mess with me on props. I'm the prop master. Prop master, minister, Dizzy D. Prop master. It's fine. I'm fine as I'm the prop master now. Messing up. Messing up too much stuff, hitting something that I don't want to hit. So, hey, but just know I got CDs and DVDs, MP3s and garbage. Yeah, I would have been the king of props. But it's all good. Back to the lecture at hand. Let me get my notes. Teleprompter. Yeah, when you need money bad, man, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Yeah, I could pick up cans and all that. It's gonna take time, right? I could go cut some wire up, cut some copper out of the wire, copper out of an engine, or get some aluminum aluminum windows, or aluminum frame windows, the screen windows. I got a picture of that right here. You know, the screen right here. That's a screen, yeah. That's aluminum. So, but that takes time. You gotta have a lot to make some money in aluminum or anything. ScrAp. Takes a lot to make. So, it's a timely thing. You only got so much time to try to come up with something. In times that you might known that you could recycle something, or recycle something for a week, a couple of items for a week, and go to the recycling place at the end of the week. That's the goal. You can make some money. Money can be made. All the little do things you gotta do, all the stuff you gotta do, you can do it because you're calculating it more. You're waiting to the end of the week. Now, some of the people from the country in the suburban or urban areas that come to the big city because the big city has the best prices, or they come to a port city because that city's on the port where they have boats coming in and it's sent right overseas. Prices are better on the coast type situation, for sure. So yes, Jersey Shore. So yeah, wrong page. But the better better price on pallets, the better price on more so copper, stuff like that. So even if you travel to the border, or I mean not the border, but the coastal area, you get a better price. You drive up north, you get a better price. Up north, they weren't at a time. They weren't able to. They weren't able to produce some of the things that we had down south, and some of the things they had up north we couldn't produce. So it was a trade type effort within the state, and it still goes on today. Because when I get a chance, I will be rolling uphill to sell something that if I sold it here, I'm gonna, it'll be some money. But if I sell it up there, it'll be better money. And they can just put it in my check or my PayPal or whatever. Yeah, we can do that. Because I know California has some kind of rule or something. They've had these little crazes and oil rush of aluminum cans. Now, this is crazy, right? I've heard this a couple of times throughout the years, my younger years, where you take aluminum cans, right, to California, USA, and the price of cans was so high that if you brought a truckload, like a box truck or a bobtail load, you would be leaving out of there with a whole lot of money. A whole lot. Then, later on, the people who went and did it, there were stipulations. Stipulations on you getting that money for those cans. Because cans are not supposed to be, they weren't supposed to get taxed for them. Then they came up with a rule, you got to get taxed over a certain amount. You can't come in for there with a certain amount and get cash. You're going to have to get a check. They're going to have to make a paper trail out of it if it was so many cans. But it used to be totally tax-free. Other than that, they had the stipulation where you had to be a resident of California. And then you had to pay a fee if you was from out of town. Then you had, or no, you might get your load rejected and not be able to sell in California. It was like 3 or 4 different scenarios. And that was discouraging to a lot of people who might have came from the South, the North, or the Midwest, or the East. So yeah, it kind of hurt your feelings, but different prices in different areas. Same thing with the pawn shops. Let's go there. Bring it back to sports. The pawn shops, the loaner guys, because there was other companies too would buy your stuff and hold it for you until you got the money to pay it back. Bookie type style. And you would have to just pay your fee and you can get your stuff back. So anyway, or just straight out sell it and you would get a better price. Because you're outright selling something that might be brand new, might be in the box, might be in the case, might be in the duffel bag, or it might be just so big that it's brilliant and it stands out. It could be a caricature doll like me doing this. It's a statue. It could be anything of worth. Anything of worth is how pawn shops work. And how also like there are collectors and buyers. They have shops. We buy gold, all those kind of people. Paraphernalia, they'll buy that if it's something that looks cool or it was a certain thing. And then you got other stores too. You got places like guitar spots. Different guitar places. Shout out to Charlie's Guitars in Dallas, Texas. Shout out to older guitar places back in the day. Shout out to them up in New York, Greenwich Village, Manhattan, music stores in Manhattan. Man, I wish those stores were still there. Man, that was real. That was music to me, the Melody Shop, where they had records in the front part of the store. Records in the front part of the store and musical instruments in the back part of the store. Yay for promoting the whole package. They promoted the whole package. And that's what things need now. We need the whole package now. We need the whole thing. It's all married together. And that's what we skipped that and we went on to the next thing and now we're all in space. Now some things are jumping off. A lot more spoken word. Look at me, I'm doing spoken word style. You know what I'm saying? And I was a decent singer and producer and audio engineer and stuff. And this is working without, a mixer. And you know what I'm saying? I'm loving this. And when I get my mixer connected and stuff like that, I'm hoping a very nice interaction with everybody. Vary between the two styles. Because ain't this amazing? This technology can pick you up with a neodymium type of mic that's inside these phones, which are condenser mics. And they pick up the pin drop. You can hear everything. This is nice, man. I didn't know technology was going in this direction. Video killed the radio star. Again, that's what's happened. And this is incredible. You can do music if you want to. You can play one instrument, play a kazoo. You can play the table. You can do whatever you want to. And That's amazing, man. And it picks up high definition quality, uh, superior compression and audio once it's recorded. The audio compression on this platform is stellar. It's nice. It's nice compression. If you recorded the audio for anything on here and played it back, you're like, man, that sounds pretty good. I'm with it. I want to hear it again. Or, if you save shows and stuff like that, or you record off of here, it just sounds good in the car, in the kitchen, in your phone. With this Moto, the latest Moto G Motorola phone. This thing is dynamic. The speakers on it sound pretty decent. I'm walking and then I walk into a store and it's almost like another person is walking with me and I'm having a conversation. It sounds like, it doesn't sound like I'm on the phone and I'm just playing somebody's live or somebody's pre-recorded material while I got it clipped in my pocket, not even clipped to a belt, but in my pocket, and it sounds that clear. It sounds like somebody's walking with me. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty nice device. They did their studies and their research on what we like and how to make the product a lot better. I always wanted a Motorola back in the day with the pager. If I pulled out the pager right now, put it in the camera, I'd be called the prop master. But I'm going to get y'all. See, I didn't write that in the script. I didn't write that in the script, so I'm going off script right now. Next page. Yeah, I'm going off script right now. Dadgum pager. Motorola pager. We'll come back to that. That's a good pinpoint. Motorola pagers. I think the way we used to call them, they chirp. You want that chirp? That chirp means like almost, and then if you modulated any voices back then with the computer or a machine, any voice that you manipulated, sped up or digitized it, we call that the chipmunk. That's the street term. Might be music term too. I'm not sure. When I heard in the hood, a lot of people would ask for that when they come to the studio. Or I was working in their studio. Hey, can you get that chipmunk sound? I'm like, chipmunk sound? But I knew what they were talking about, the chipmunks. They want other voices. And here's their voice transformed into a whole nother being, an alien or a double of themselves or an octave down, another person. And semitones up, chords to their vocals. Things that you can do in the Ensoniq ASR10 and the EPS 16 Plus. Now I think they do have a program called Veritone or something like that. And then you have other programs that can do this and other rack mount devices that they came out with. There's a blue one that comes to mind, but I'm not recalling it right now. Like the VR something. Meaning the voice, thing. You could do the barbershop quartet in it. You could sing do, 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 do. and while you're doing that, so if you get real creative, you could use that as an effect, because the other person going do, 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 and the other person, it's like 4 different voices on this thing. It's an actual rack mount machine that was doing this. I think it was by deSz'e. It's called a vocal harmonizer, I believe. And then you can also do it on the VP, Roland's VP, and you can also do it do different voices in Roland's Cosm chip, the effects chip that came with the Roland VR series. Roland. Woo! Yeah, the VP Roland series and the VR Roland series, the Very Touch, the VP, and the VR 840, 880. And well, it had to have the effects chip in it. The 890, the 1660, the 1880, the 2480. All I'm very familiar with. I used to sell those items. I've made records on those items. I know who is using those items. Destiny Child was using it. Their engineers and company, they were using them for live shows. They're very recommendable, very dependable. They're very confident equipment. Roland makes sturdy equipment. They make something that works, and it works forever. Roland printers. If you ever had a Roland printer, it's almost like having an Epson, but it's just hardcore. It does what it's supposed to do. And as long as you keep everything well oiled and, the right ink that you want, that Roland printer still works. Brother printer was good. Brother's audio equipment was nice. Digital equipment for music. Brother makes printers, scanners, and I don't know why they didn't keep going with the music equipment. So I had to give a mention to Brother. People who used to make typewriters, right? They made a sequencer called the MDA 140 or the MDA 160. It was like 4 of them. And they would record on floppy disk. It's a little black machine. Sits on your desk with a floppy disk drive on it. About 3 or 4 buttons on the top. The cheapest one had probably 2 buttons. Or 3 buttons. But you could record MIDI and record your audio sounds. Or you could, hey, and I said hi as well. Yeah, thanks for the likes too. Yeah, I got a bunch of likes, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, and you could merge. You record a track, and it can record everything MIDI being played and play it back. So at the end of your MIDI chain, you feed into this Brother sequencer and be able to capture that, record it, and merge it to one track and do it a whole nother set of whatever. You could do that endlessly. It's like bouncing a track, but it was digital information. Now, you could backtrack and undo. You did have probably one of the first, more of the earlier sequencers that had an undo function. Because if you messed up, you could go back and erase that and re-record that particular performance on that Brother sequencer. Oh, it was nice. It was organic because you come at it how you come. You didn't have quantize on this. I think they only had quantize on the 140 or the 180 or the 170. I'm not sure which number it was. It was the fancy one that had quantize on it. But the other ones, the first ones and the first 3 versions, no, they didn't. The first 3 models, they didn't have quantize on it, so you didn't need quantize. It was all about the feeling. You let your computer do the quantizing, and you could hit play, and that recorder would record every deck of MIDI information that came across. You moving the faders, the knobs. It was automation at its finest. In the earlier form, it would record everything. Everything. So, hats off to brother. I just wanted to see more from. I wanted to see more from Casio. We said our spiel on that. I wanted to see more. Yeah, and I pawned my CS230S Casio keyboard, and I'm gonna get the visual aid going, so you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Be my own little stream partner right now. But the Casio and the Casio, that little Casio with the sampler on it, had the 4 squares or the 8 squares, might have been 6 or 8, SK5 or them 5 squares, whatever. We beat the mess out of those SK1 and the SK5 because you could only load whatever you recorded into it. But if you recorded it into there and then recorded that output, which was not professional, record that output onto a tape recorder, then you've got it saved. So you'll be able to load a whole drum kit to the SK5 and do your beat. I got tapes, and do your beat. And have your beat already sequenced live if you want, or do it while you're doing your thing, or have somebody else playing the samples. While the other person's playing the keyboard, another person playing the bass, and another person's singing, and you go back and get everything rehearsed and record it right on the first take into the tape, and keep tracks until you get it done in one take. Or get the best take that you can get from all the multiple recordings. And if you were good with the tape, you could splice the tape and make it copy and paste type style. You can do what you needed to do. You can elongate a loop if you wanted to. If you knew how to splice and tape it with, Scotch tape. So yeah, Casio, I pawned my Casio. I never had an RZ1, but the RZ1 drum set wasn't that impressive to me. But I wanted any kind of drums I could get back in the day. So the Casio 230S, the small key version with the one speaker on the keyboard, because the CZ series was supposed to be pro. It was pro. You can play in the clubs and the performance halls and studio with all the CZs. That's what I wanted for Christmas or birthday, whatever. Here comes my dad and mom getting me the cheapest one they had with a speaker on it. I was like, what is this? Happy birthday or happy Christmas, son. This is not the one, but it says CZ on it. So it's the same sounds, similar sounds, but you couldn't program only 4 sounds in the last 4 banks of the sound. It had like over 100 sounds or something on 2 banks. So 200 sounds. And the sounds were kind of dated. It was different from FM, from the DX7. It was, just as bright, different timbre. And if you knew how to do it, you could team the other 4 voices with any other voice and stack a synth to make it sound like something nobody's ever heard of. So a little bit of programming you could do on it. But it had the RZ, the RX, or whatever it was called, the RZ1, the drum machine that Casio made, which was also able to sample, I think. and it had that drum set, a dry butt drum set, but it's effective on certain songs. So anyway, we got that station identification. It's this deSz'e on ScrAp TV. Yes, today I owned it, but tomorrow I might pawn it. I just might pawn what I just bought because it's too nice. It's too nice to be in my possession. It's better over at the pawn shop for a minute. I've done that a lot. I think I did it so much. I think I did it so much that it's my fault that I lost tickets. I don't have a pawn ticket. I don't even remember putting it in the pawn shop. Same thing with the cleaners. Get your clothes cleaned. Get your clothes cleaned and you forget you had them in the cleaners. And it's like 7, 8 months later. I'm like, they done took my jacket or took my thing. It might still be up there, but nah. You gotta stay up on your cleaners. They gonna call you. If you don't reciprocate the call, yeah, your clothes is going to the next person. But yeah, we talked about a lot of things today, and yeah, if I owned it, I pawned it. But some things I own, I will not pawn, just because I know now what I should have known then. If I can't get back any of these items like I've been talking about, can't get them back. I want that Polaroid camera, digital camera by Polaroid. I had the smallest version of it. They had other versions that were a lot better, but the compression that they had on the Polaroid camera for it to be digitized and capture your analog and convert it wasn't the prettiest conversion, but it's almost like a filter, and it's kind of grayish. It's vibrant though. It's warm and it's gray. Colors are kind of almost impressionistic colors. You know, Rembrandt. Name somebody else. Like looking at a fuzzy Rembrandt painting or a Georgia O'Keeffe painting, like I said the other night. She had an impressionistic style. That's what that reminded me of. That particular camera, Polaroid. And it had the toucan. It had a toucan. Oh, I gotta find the cover. I got it somewhere. It's got a toucan on the front, and it's like yellow and white, or the gradient of the color of the CD that came with the program, which the program's on the CD. And you see the parrot on the CD. I think I was like right there at that time where they were the computer programs had printed labels on it, you know, on the CD, in color, hot color, not no, just black or blue or green or red. This was in 4 color. It was nice. Very simplistic editing software on there, but the filters they were using, some of them like mosaic, opaque, and all those, they're all in there. It's just a weird, and feed another picture in there, a JPEG or whatever format it takes, and go through some of those filters. I don't think Adobe Photoshop has even got anything close to what I'm talking about. Y'all could mimic this. Anybody's got any program. I don't think you can mimic what Kodak did. And I don't think you can mimic what Sony did on the digital files. They had a file It was so precious and clean and pristine, better than the MP3. It's called DF or DFI. DF. Now D is in dog, F is in Frank. It was like .df or whatever. That program is so clear. Comes from the field recorder, and you can put it right in the computer, and all your folders and 5 folders, A, B, C, and D, and E. And you can fill those up and transfer it back to the computer, clear those out, and start over again. It was incredible. Sound quality. That might have got pawned. Couple things from them too that are collector's items now. And I got a couple of them. I don't even know if they work. I just haven't had the heart to mess with it. I'm just glad I got it, you know. Glad I got it. I'm glad I got it. Yeah, what we sipping on today is Powerade mixed with Waterloo cranberry, sparkling water mixed with Powerade. And the blue is called mixed berry Powerade. Yes, we have made it to the end. We are there. This has been a good situation right here. Got a couple more minutes to put that in. I need to fetch my notes. My other notes, I got another 7 notes. We went off right here. And I wonder if anybody knows. Thanks for being in the background too. Thanks for the like. I wonder if anybody knows a company called Awa. It's A as in Apple, I as in Internet, W as in women, A as in association. That's the name of the company, 4 letters. Like Honda, if you took the O out. I think they're a Japanese company. I think at the time it was a rival between them and Sony. I don't know if they're connected or if they were the same company or nothing. I got to do the research. I'll do the research on the Awa story. I'm starting doing some documentaries. Hey, there you go. There it is. I documented on some old equipment and interact in the documentary. And not just, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, but I can come in with the glory to the newborn king. In my way. Yes, yes. Yeah, wow. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I asked somebody Japanese, did they know what I was talking about? They didn't even know. With the Awa tapes, back door. When you listen back to it, when you record it to this Awa tape, it sounded like you were there. That's how good this particular recorder was. There's one more MP3 player too. I don't know the name of it. Might be Kobe. They were sold at home improvement stores. And these recorders digital, like little iPad, whatever it's called, iPod. It's just music, and you had a radio tuner in there, and you could record from that to the radio to MP3. Unheard of at that time. It took too long to change into MP3 back in the day. Thus the conversion. But then when you see that you can record into the microphone and it's automatically or record the atmosphere or record a sound, it's already made into an MP3. As soon as you record it, that's the saving format. It's MP3. Oh, the compression on this was so beautiful. Everything was a dream. It sounded so good, man. It sounded better than the radio. When you recorded the radio, it sounded like the program was. It just sounded better than the original program. Some very good technologies we had, man, in the earlier days. I think they thought they topped it off. But we come back with more stuff, connectivity, more products, more people in the world. So it's on another scale. But I remember those old companies that had good product. They stood by it. They won lawsuits. So yeah. Everybody trying to get pieces of that pie, man. Everybody is. Some of them don't. Some of them want nothing. They happy to see you get it. Just what that is. Some of them are happy just to see you get it. Some are happy to see you get it too. You gonna get it. Some people want to see you downfall. I'm glad I made it, man. This time yesterday, I was about to doze off and fall out, get some rest. But today we pushed it, man. We did this. We showed up. And that's what this program is about, showing up, man. Even if you come just say hi or something. Say, hey, stop doing that. Say it in the right way, though. So I don't get upset and try to castrate you. El Capitan. Democrat. That is a tasty beverage. So yeah, station identification. Yeah. If I owned it, I pawned it. If I owned it, I probably pawned it. If I owned it or sold it, I probably sold it. Same difference. Equal distance, both of them. Way you can say that. I guess you can do other people's sins. Other people's sins if you want to. Yeah, Big Mac truck. I getting hit by a Mack truck. Who got hit by a Mack truck and survived? That was a good joke, man. That was a good joke. That was Robin Harris. If I'm not mistaken. I think it was Robin Harris. I've been talking Davis. Could be Bernie Mac. Could be D.A. I just remember it was on that show. Kings of Comedy. Oh, I'm talking about fish for breakfast. Anyway, let me do this. Check the thing. We're right there, ladies and gentlemen, right at the end. End of this particular program. I've had enjoyed my time. I hit my point. I'm good. You get the point. No need for me to carry on and filibuster. Just give us the benediction, Daddy. I need to read up what that word, how it breaks down. Something beneficial and a beneficiary. A resolve. I was so exhausted yesterday, I almost ran into a wall too. I was blanked out and went to sleep at the wheel. Nah, I get back to hiring me a driver. Driver, pull over. I need my midday Heineken. Recycling. Yeah, recycle. This is ScrAp TV. The topic is, I owned it. I probably sold it or pawned it. We'll let it out to somebody. And it didn't come back like it's supposed to. Now I can't pawn it. Scratch the cereal. Worst case scenario, right? Worst case. Alright. So yeah, we're coming at the end. This at the end of this particular program is where we counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We out of there, man. We did that. We did that. Now for the bonus. I'm about to get busy. I want to score early today. I want to come back and score again. Then look at, how things are. Other than that, maybe 4 runs. But yeah, I want to see what this thing looks like. I need it. So I'm doing my due diligence. Next one to grow on right there. Do your due diligence, man. Put yourself together. Stick to my plan. Do it whether you sickness or in health. It doesn't matter how you do it. Just put it in there how you do it. Whatever it is. Start your own cheerleading squad. All these different things. Be something different. It is up to you. Bonus number 2. PS test. In the letter that I wrote to my pen pal. So check it out. No, I'm not gonna tell her. I'm not gonna tell her. I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one. I'm thinking about what's his name, the joke that he said. Little thrifty things. A little counter meter. I guess that sits up. Interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna stop with that. I gave you a lot of bonuses just by doing the Kobe's, the CS, the Casio keyboard. You know what I'm saying? All these particular ones that we already covered it. We was in bonus already. So I'm out of here. It was good. I had a great session. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the replay. Thanks for even coming through saying hi to you, man. See, my young sir. It's like 2, 3 people came in. About 15, 16 people jumping in and out the chat. So yeah, I'm with it. I'm gonna call it on that one. I'm on at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I'll be back 5 o'clock this evening, Central Standard Time. Come check me out. I'm deSz'e, ScrAp TV. Different theme every time. If I do a part 2, it's got to be a heck of a lie. Cannot be average. So hey man, we're gonna be better than average. Say what you want, get what you need. Peace.